Friends, I have missed all my Spark friends, so when Miss Debbie asked me to read you a story, I was so excited. Do you know, look who's on my shirt. This is Humpty Dumpty. My shirt says, let's see, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Now this is talking about the fall weather, but you know that nursery rhyme, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Well, today I'm going to read you a book called After the Fall. I wonder what happened to Humpty Dumpty. Let's find out. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot up high on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Let's see, get adjusted here. Then one day I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Look here, you had to go to the hospital. Fortunately, all the king's men did manage to put me together again. There were some parts, though, that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. Why do you think he's asleep on the floor? Because look where his bed is. Do you think when he says there were some parts that couldn't be healed, he's talking about his feelings? I think he's scared to get back up high on his bunk bed. After that day, I became afraid of heights. Are you afraid of heights? Do you know anyone who is? My mother is very afraid of heights. I was so scared it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. He's in the grocery store, and I bet that's his favorite cereal up on top. But he's afraid to go up the ladder and get it. I walked past that wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the sky. I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. And then one day, an idea flew by. What is the idea that flew by? That's a paper airplane. Have you ever made paper airplanes? Well, he decided to. Making airplanes was harder than I thought. It was so easy to get cuts and scratches. Uh-oh, he got a paper cut. But day after day, I kept trying and trying. Oh, they are hard to make and make them really fly, aren't they? Until one day I got it just right. Look at that paper airplane. It looks like a bird. Because remember, he really likes birds. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long, long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. But unfortunately, accidents can happen. What do you think happened to his bird airplane? They always do. His airplane flew right over that wall. I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd miss. I decided I was going to climb that wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it, but I was terrified. Does he look scared? He looks scared to me. Why is he so afraid? I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing one step at a time. That's what you have to do when you're afraid. Just take one step at a time. Until I was no longer afraid. How does he feel now that he's up on top of the wall? I think I heard somebody say victorious. Yes, he feels like a winner now. Now maybe you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Oh, look, he's starting to crack up. Hopefully, you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. He's cracking up. What's going to happen? What do you see? What's happening? And learned how to fly. His egg finally cracked and he was a bird inside. Isn't that cool? That's why he loved birds. I never thought about what Humpty Dumpty actually became. What kind of egg he was. Maybe I thought he was a chicken egg, but he wasn't. He was a bird egg. And now he can fly. So sometimes when you're afraid of things, you just have to keep trying and keep trying. And then sometimes even better things happen to you. I was so glad to read to my Spark friends today. Thank you for listening.